Hi, I'm Rob, and I'd like to welcome you to another AWS Hands-On tutorial on the Cumulus Cycles channel. In this video, I'll show you how to use the console to configure a VPC in AWS. To get started, I've logged into the console and navigated to the VPC dashboard. From here, I'll click Create VPC. Please note that I'll be creating this VPC and associated components in the US East 1 region. For this demo, I'll select the VPC only, then show you how to create and attach additional resources to the VPC, such as subnets, NACLs, route table, and an internet gateway. I'll give the VPC a name of my VPC and an IPv4 CIDR of 10.0.0.0/16. And by using this CIDR, we'll have over 65,000 IPs that we can assign within this VPC. Then I'll scroll down and create the VPC. And we'll see that the CIDR range I specified has been associated with the VPC. Now, I'll click Internet Gateways in the menu, create an Internet Gateway, give it a name of my IGW, and click Create Internet Gateway. With the Internet Gateway created, I could click Actions and then attach the VPC, and select my VPC, and finally attach. And now we see the Internet Gateway is attached to the VPC. Now I'll select Route Tables from the menu, and we see we have one route table created, which is the default route table for the VPC. And if I click the Routes tab, we'll see that the default route table has a local target of 10.0.0.0/16, which will allow the components we create within the VPC to communicate with one another. In this view, I'll click Edit Routes and add a new route for the Internet Gateway so that components in the VPC can gain access to the Internet. I'll add a route and give the destination a CIDR of 0.0.0.0/0. Select Internet Gateway for the target, and then select My Internet Gateway, and save changes. Now, with the routes created in the route table, I'll click Network ACLs to create the NACLs for the VPC. In my VPC, which is in the US East 1 region, I'll be creating two public subnets, one in US East 1A and the other in US East 1B. So I'll create two NACLs, one for each subnet, then add the appropriate ports to allow traffic to flow between the subnets as well as to the internet. So I'll click Create Network ACL, give this one a name of Public NACL 1, and select my VPC, then create NACL. Then I'll create another one for the second subnet and attach it to the VPC. Now I'll go into the public NACL 1 and create the inbound rules. I'll edit the inbound rules, add rule 100 for HTTP and allow all access. Rule 110 will allow HTTP access to everyone, and then save changes. Then I'll add the same for the outbound rules. And save changes. Then I'll jump into my public NACL 2 and add the same inbound and outbound rules. Now, with the NACLs created in the inbound and outbound rule set, I'll jump over to subnets and create the two subnets, one in US East 1A and the other in US East 1B. I'll select the VPC, give this subnet a name of public 1, choose US East 1A for the AZ, and give it a CIDR of 10.0.1.0/24. Then I'll create the second subnet, name it public 2, put it in US East 1B, and give it a CIDR of 10.0.2.0/24. Then create subnet. Now I'll click into public 1, and if we look at the route table, we see that we have a route to our internet gateway. And if we look at the network ACL, we see that it's associated with the default NACL for the VPC. I'm going to edit the network ACL and change this to my public NACL 1. Then save. Then I'll jump into public 2 It also has a route to the internet gateway, and I'll change its NACL from default to public NACL 2 and save. And with the subnets created, I now have all the components for my VPC. I have the VPC itself, which I created in the US East 1 region. I have the two subnets, one in US East 1A and the other in US East 1B. I have the public 1 and public 2 NACLs, which allow communication between the subnets and with the internet using the route table, and the internet gateway, which is attached to the VPC. So that concludes this video on building a custom VPC in AWS via the console. I hope you found it helpful.